Wow. And that's the game. 0-0. What? 5 shots to 15. 5 shots for the Fire. 15 for New York City FC. Possession ended up actually in the Fire's favor. 53% to New York City's 47%. Couple of offsides for the Fire. Fouls on both sides. And a red card to the New York City FC. Keaton Parks earned 2 yellow cards, thus earning a red card. According to the stats here, 1 big chance missed, but really that game was pretty... That was a game of soccer. Yeah, pretty dull. Pretty dull. But what can you do except enjoy the soccer we saw? Save the match. Let's see what this was. I mean, this was really one of the big chances. Was early on. Was that later, or was that at the end? It might have been one big save for Gabriel Sonina. He gets the shutout in his debut, so that's pretty darn positive. Gabriel Sonina with earning a debut clean sheet. Now, when you think about that, that's pretty darn awesome for the 17-year-old Addison native. Pretty exciting stuff there for him. Meanwhile, the rest of the Chicago Fire was a sluggish game. Sonina was where he needed to be. 4 saves for Sonina to 1 save to the milkman, Sean Johnson, ex-Chicago Fire goalkeeper. Let's take a look at these player ratings. Anton Tinnerholm apparently played a pretty decent game. Gaston Jimenez as well. 2 of the best players of the game, according to the stats here. Boris Akulich played pretty decent. Johan Kapelov got subbed off later, but he played okay. Mauricio Pineda did solid. Calvo, solid. According to the stats here, according to this, it says Bornstein didn't play as well. He put up a 6.7, and Aliseda put up a 6.7, but he was having good stretches of the game where Aliseda looked really good, and I thought Bornstein looked fine as well. Madron struggled for quite a bit of the game, ended up with a 6.5. As did Stanislav Ivanov. Their subs, Robert Beric came in, got a 6.6, is okay. Lukas Stojanovic came in for a 4, got a 6.5, that's alright. Gutierrez came in for Bornstein. It seems a little weird, but they must have maybe changed formation. And then Turan came in for Kapelhoff. Yep, that's what happened. Interesting. Meanwhile, the New York side, Malte Amundsen, Nicolas Acevedo, Andres Jason, Santiago Rodriguez, and Ismail Tajuri Shradi all got subbed in for the New York City FC. 0-0 game, though. I mean, I don't know what you guys think of the chat. But Steve thinks that we have no attack. We haven't had an attack all season. It's been, we had a stretch of, 3 games of like 9 goals or 6 goals in 2 games, but other than that, Chicago Fire have been very... Their offense has not been good. 18 goals in 17 games played. That's just under a goal a game, or just over a goal a game. Just over. Inter Miami's doing just way worse, 13 goals, and they have Gonzalo Higuain. So I mean it's even worse. Austin FC also not scoring goals, 12 goals over there. Chicago Fire have let up 28, and I mean, are they looking like they're in a positive direction? Let's take a look at their form. Loss, draw, draw. They're looking a little better than Inter Miami. Toronto has put up a better 5. LA United struggling. FC Cincinnati struggling. Vancouver's doing Austin FC 3 losses in a row following a win. San Jose, all these teams are struggling. But then when you get to the good teams, New England, Seattle, Kansas City, Orlando, LA Galaxy, Philadelphia, Nashville. Nashville's a bit of a surprise. I don't know what we could do to solve this problem with the attack, though, for the Chicago Fire. You're losing Frankowski. It's a big piece. And you're going to have to depend on Ivanov going forward. And that's going to be tough. There might be some growing pains just like tonight, where you just really couldn't get anything going. Meanwhile, it seems like 04 might be the striker to go forward. Looks like they're starting to move on from Baric, who is a DP. Gaston Jimenez, also a DP. Did okay. He was the best player on the pitch, apparently, for the Fire, according to the stats. But that said, jury's still out on Gaston Jimenez. He's been playing well since he came back from international break, though, must be said. Where earlier in the season he was struggling, Gaston has come back with maybe something to prove. He's playing hard. Mauricio Pineda, liking what we're seeing out of him. Francisco Calvo, he played solid. I mean, like, he's going to have to be a guy you're going to have to depend on. He's also the captain. Johan Kapelov got to run out. Hopefully we can see him get a little bit more time, maybe as well as Carlos Terán. And that can hopefully shore up the defense. Meanwhile, let's take a look at this midfield. We got Jimenez, Madron, Alceida. Where do you really improve there? Madron, Real Madrid guy. Jimenez, pretty solid. Alceida, I thought, did okay. I mean, he's improving. Ivanov and Alceida seem to be similar players. That's not helpful. Yeah, that's actually a good point. If you got two similar players on the wing, that kind of inhibits you. You kind of need a Mo Salah on one wing, and you need a Mane on the other. Mo Salah a little bit more technical, Mane with just a little bit more pace. But they're both really fast. They're both pretty darn technical. But that said, one maybe is a bit more than the other in one department. Meanwhile, Ivanov and Alceida really not complementing each other as well. They offer a little bit too much of the same things. At least that's what Steve Green is suggesting. I think that I agree. Turn that down a little bit. Sorry, didn't realize it was so loud. But what are you going to do? It's 0-0 in a no-nothing season. Just a darn not looking good season for the Chicago Fire. And I mean, there's still, 13 games left or so, but still not looking good. They would need to start stacking wins. And if they aren't stacking wins, then, I mean, well, a tie is better than a loss, that must be said. But once again, we take a look at that form for the Chicago Fire, and it says 2 draws. Let's update that. Let's make sure that's correct. Yeah, loss, draw, draw. Not too many wins there in the last 5 games. And they were stacking wins before that, but then I know Wiki had some troubles. He had to return to Europe, check in on things. I hope things are going okay there. It's always rough. But all the same, they have enough people on board there that you'd think that you could either get out of this, or if you can't, then that means you guys just don't either have the personnel to do it. And this is 2 years in a row of these types of results, and I don't know how much more you could really stand by this. I mean, they stood pat going into the season. All the pundits brought it out, put it out there, and said, wow, a team that was not that good decided to stand pat. I wonder how that's going to work out for them. And we're seeing how those apples are working out for them, and they're looking a little rotten, which is a little unfortunate for us Chicago Fire fans. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Smash that like button. Thanks for joining us here on this live stream watch along of Chicago Fire FC and New York City FC that finished in a 0-0 draw. It was fun hanging out. Catch you guys later on Spitting Fire FC. Have a great one, guys. Fire down. that like button and subscribe. Smash that like button and subscribe. Have a go, guys.